everybody, so good morning. This is an interesting video because it's kind of the turning point for me. So I've been on the road, pressing 100 days, maybe a little more now, and I've been doing the videos, and I'm trying to kind of hone in what this channel is all about and what you guys like to see based off of your comments and ideas and suggestions, and really what's helped me out a lot. A lot of your comments and suggestions have really helped me become a better RVer, better traveler. And so I appreciate that, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of content and what we want to focus on this channel moving forward. And I really think that when it all said and done, this channel, this is about full-time RVing, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's for people who are already out there doing it, maybe picking up some new tips and tricks and other newbies that are trying to do that. And then it's also for the aspirational, those that want to do it and want to know what it's really going to be like to go out there and claim their own vision, claim your own vision. And then there's maybe some people out there that just are living vicariously through me, and for that I'm sorry. So especially after you see this video. So I think what I'm trying to do here is just going to be a little more live in the videos. And when I say live, I mean more live time, more current. A lot of the videos I've been posting are 4 or 5 weeks out of date or past, and sometimes I have these great ideas of stuff that I want to do, and when I'm editing, and then I go, well, I'm not at that park anymore, I can't go and get that footage, or I wish I got more footage of this, or I wish I recorded more of that to be able to show. So I'm gonna try and bring these videos up to live time, starting with this one, and this is a doozy. So I'm back in California right now, but I think for you to really appreciate what's happening here, I need to rewind a bit to a few days ago to where I first arrived at this RV park. So here we go. Well, I'm back in California, and I am here for a week at this location, and then I'm going to be moving back to Temecula for a couple of weeks, one of my favorite parks that I've been to so far, but this one is different. So, clothing optional resort. So, I can't really record too much around here because of the rules, but we'll see what I can do. Okay, let's do this. So I don't know how many of you have ever or would ever consider staying at a clothing optional campground. It's not as crazy as you may initially think. So at this one that I'm at right here, the rules are only, it's full nude in the hot tub and the pool areas and all that. Everything else is clothing optional. So if you're walking around, you're just kind of going for a hike or whatever, it's completely clothing optional. But in the pool area and in the hot tub areas and in those kind of common areas, all nude. That's the dress code. So, got to get into character. I think the one thing that I would say is it seems like it's weird at first, but then as you are kind of out and about a little more, you just become more comfortable, and then all of a sudden you realize that you're really the odd person out if you are wearing any sort of clothes. Now, I got in here late last night, and yesterday the sun had already come down, everybody was clothed, and they were sitting out by the campfires and whatever, but today, it's a gorgeous day, it's sunny, and people are just walking around, like they have no care in the world. I think that's kind of one of the great things about here is people really true just like have no cares in the world. Now, if you've never been to one of these clothing optional, sometimes there's like membership, sometimes there's day passes or guest passes that you can get. And this particular one, this is my second visit here, so I was already on the books, but if you're going to come here for the first time, typically what happens is you go and you register, and then they will give you a tour. Like there is somebody, like this facility that I'm at here, it has a lot of permanent residents, a lot of seasonal residents, then temporary, just like transient. I think this one has a max stay time of 14 days, which most of them will do. So you have a lot of residents that live here, that work here, or, that make this their permanent home. So when they have a committee or a group or someone that's in charge of memberships, new membership orientation, or making sure that people, so when somebody comes in, you fill out all the paperwork, and then you are given a tour of the facility. And this one is gorgeous. There's gardens, there's hiking trails, there's pools and tennis courts and pickleball courts and cafes, and you name it. There's almost every sort of amenity here. It's tucked up in the hills. It's really, really nice. But you'll get a tour. It's a nude tour. This particular campground where I'm at, or resort I'm at, is clothing optional. So the only place where nudity is fully required is in the swimming pool areas, the hot tub areas, and all that. But in the pickleball courts, for example, or the tennis courts, or any of the other kinds of stuff, it's all clothing optional. And, I think it's kind of like a mix 50-50 of everyone kind of wearing. It just also depends on the weather. So yesterday, Wednesday, I was in Long Beach for pretty much the entire day, so I don't know what's happening. On Tuesday, the weather was really, really warm and really, really nice. So there were a lot of people out hiking and jogging and biking and whatever. Today, it's been a little overcast and windy. It's 2 o'clock. And it's a little overcast and windy today, and I haven't seen that many people out. I haven't even gone out yet because I've been working, but that's kind of the vibe. So around here, everyone's got a golf cart. If you don't have a golf cart, you're like, the grounds are really spread out. So I brought my e-bike, but I came across something I've never seen at any other resort ever, which is kind of cool. And this is a RC go-kart racing track. I mean, check this out. It's got these loops here and a bridge that you can kind of control from, and little overpasses and underpasses and stuff. This is all pretty cool. It goes up and around. Right here. You can go up and around and through all the way. Pretty cool. Trying to find that sign. I saw something that said go-karts. That's how I knew that it was whoa. Oh, there it is, right here. Here's something else that's pretty cool. It's a cactus garden. I'm telling you, you're gonna want to keep your balance when you're coming through here. You don't want to slip and fall into one of these things when you're buck-ass naked. Ooh, something is in those shrubs. It just moved. I don't know what it is. Rat, snake, I don't know. I'm not gonna figure it out though. It can just stay there for as far as I'm concerned. One of the biggest questions everyone asks is like, is it weird? And actually, yeah, it can be. It is. It is at first. But once you kind of get rolling and once you're kind of more into it, you realize that A, it's not as awkward as you may think, and B, if you are clothed in a area where most people aren't, you really start feeling like the odd person out, if that makes sense. You feel like the outcast, and that having that clothes on kind of makes you feel a little more uncomfortable, I guess. So anyways, that's just a small little tidbit, I guess, of advice. I want to talk just a little bit about fear. Urban Dictionary calls fear the mind killer. And dictionary.com says fear is a distressing emotion aroused by impending danger, evil, pain, whether the threat is real or imaginary. Now get that, whether it is real or imaginary. Now in life, sometimes there are reasons to be afraid, but other times fear is what's holding us back from actually trying to accomplish all the things that we want to do. Because every time you start doing something different, every time you start doing something new, you're gonna be afraid of whether it works out or whether it doesn't, or if you're gonna make a fool out of yourself, or what people are gonna think. You can't let that fear, though, get in the way of progress and of you achieving your goals and the life that you want to live. So yes, there are some legitimate reasons to be afraid, but most of them are just stuck in your head. And if you can get out of that mindset to say, what's the worst that can happen? And if it's not death or pain or infliction onto someone else, you should be fine. Just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Step out of your comfort zone, because if you never get over your fear of the unknown, you're always going to be in that same rut that you have been in, that you always talk about wanting to get out of, but probably never will. Get out of that comfort zone. Don't be afraid. So it's my last night here. It's 12:06 next morning, and it's my last night here. I gotta leave in the morning, and I missed the dance party tonight here at the Nudist camp. There was a DJ and band and music and dancing, and everyone hyped it up, and I was really excited about it. But unfortunately, I got called into work all the way to Long Beach, so I had to go and do that. And I just got back 12:06, and I was talking to the guy at the gate, the guardman kind of guy, and we were talking. I probably was there for like 10 or 15 minutes just chatting with the guy. He's like, "You got to go to the hot tub one more time. Do 10 minutes for me." So that's what I'm gonna go do for my last night here. But I gotta pour some wine first. So I'm hoping there's gonna be some people there to chat with and to talk to and just visit with on my last day. But they're really putting pressure on me to join and become more members, and I just don't know if I'm going to be here enough to be able to be a member to make it worth my while. But at the same time, maybe if I am a member, then it'll be more incentive to come more often. So we'll see. I'm just leaving the hot tub, and there were some people here. I met a trucker who does long haul work from here to Cincinnati and back, and another couple here from Burbank. I had a great time. You know, it's late. It's almost 2 o'clock. I had no idea it was going to be this late, and if I'd known I was going to be out this late, I would have, poured myself a big glass of wine. But I think I'm ready to end this video this time, because tomorrow I'm going to be heading out to my next campsite, and I'm going to be wrapping things up here. So that is it. Coming to you live from the Nudist resort here in Southern California. It's a fantastic time. Actually, there are some other things that I want to say about it. Maybe I'll do that in the morning. But in the meantime, right now, I will call it a day, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good night.